shit gone. You
Straight
know.
up.
So all they can offer you is what we call peeping into the window. You know, they want to peep into your window for 2 seconds and tell you about your family, tell you about your house, tell you about everything. They peeped in there for 2 minutes, but they're experts, on what you should do in your house. The fuck out of here.
Yeah, man. Homeboy was telling me just yesterday that one of his peeps got a $6,000 fine for being in the
Hmm.
house with his friend and his girlfriend. The feds kicked in the door because the neighbor called the cops and said, "Oh, they were social distancing next door."
The neighbor called. Hold on a minute. Let me get this story straight. The neighbor called the cops and said that they weren't social distancing. That the person had a visitor over at their house.
Basically,
Hmm. First of all, I like to see that person because I'll bet dollars to donuts. That's a lonely motherfucker. That's some jealousy shit. Number one, because they're not disturbing you. Don't say they're disturbing you. They ain't disturbing you one fucking bit. All it is you can't mind your business.
yeah,
That's what it comes down to. One person, if you tell me they got 10, 15 people in there, and then it's a whole lot of hoopla and they making noise and shit, then you may have a point. Because anybody may want to call the police, but you call the police because they have a friend over, you lonely as fuck.
straight up.
I need to mind your own fucking business. That's what it is. Nah, man.
So now
You know
this
a
is
lot.
the environment they're trying to create. The urban.
Mm,
They're not just snitching on niggers no more. They're snitching on everybody.
every fucking body's in this shit together.
Get it?
Everybody's in this shit together. Look, let me tell you something. You know what's funny? Let me give you a joke, quick joke. I'm at Walmart, right? I'm going to Walmart, and the line is longer than a motherfucker, right? There's a line. You understand me? There's a line at the supermarket, at Super C, at Maxi, and I'm standing in the line, and I'm seeing motherfuckers pull up, right? In their brand new BMWs and their big trucks and their this and their that, right? I'm seeing everybody pull up in all this shit. Grab a cart and stand the fuck in line with everybody else. And I'm standing in line singing, "Oh happy day, oh happy day, oh happy day." When these motherfuckers realize, oh they realize that we're in the same boat, in the same boat, in the same motherfucking boat, bitch. You dig? So it doesn't matter that you pulled up in a motherfucking $90,000 car, and I took the bus to get there, or it took me 40 minutes to walk to the supermarket. It doesn't matter. None of that matters right now. None of that matters right now. Because your ass gotta stand up in the same line as me. Felicity Huffman, you know, your ass gotta stand in the same line as me.
Amazing.
You understand what I'm saying? That's what it is. They ain't no. I make $50,000 a month. Let me get in first. Fuck you. Grab your cart and stand in line with my ass. That makes 50 a year. Stand in line with me. That's a beautiful thing because you see, there's something called humility, right? That a lot of people need to learn that they don't they absolutely do not possess. When situations like this hit you, I realize, a lot of people got to turn to humility.
Yeah.
They come to realize, oh yeah, they come to realize what's really important, and they come to respect a lot of situations that they take advantage of on a daily basis.
Yeah. It's a
You know,
beautiful thing, yeah.
it's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing to watch how people. It's not. I'm not. Don't get me wrong now, because I know a lot of y'all are ignorant. Don't get me wrong. I never said that COVID-19 or any of this stuff is a beautiful thing. That's not what I said. And this is not a backtrack. That's not what
Yeah,
I sound. I'm putting it straight so you guys can lay it down straight, right?
yeah, and that's not what you
What
meant
I'm
by when you said it either.
correct. What I'm saying is very simple. The fact that people are reacting the way they're reacting and they have no choice. A lot of them. It's a great thing. It's a great thing to see some people learn humility. It's a great thing to see
Yep.
some people learn how to be a human being. It's a great thing.
Can you dig it?
Oh, it's been dug, you know.
So
It's
nowadays
dug.
we're looking at the whole situation like
Mm,
who's really fucking behind this whole COVID-19 5G
mhm,
quarantine financial stock market crash
mhm,
on the brink of a
mhm.
world war with Iran. Who's behind all of this?
I'm gonna tell you who's behind all this right now. When a man has an insurance policy of $1.5 million and he dies, someone murders him,
Yeah.
right? Who do they look at? Who's the first person they look at? They look at the person whom will benefit the most from him passing away. This situation ain't no different. You have to pay attention to who's going to benefit the most. When all is said and done, when all the smoke is cleared, we need to pay attention to who benefits the most and understand that that shit didn't happen by accident and realize that that shit was planned a long time ago. Cause, effect,
Oh, for
cause
sure.
and effect.
Do you think it's planned like 30 years ahead or say hi?
Hi, baby Zoe. Hello.
Bye bye.
Hey, hey.
That's my mini
See,
me.
see, this is why we do it, folks. This is why we do it. So that you know what I'm saying. So that baby Zoe doesn't grow up and find himself on an island of reality surrounded by a sea of diarrhea. You know, because people can be full of shit. Let's call a spade here. You know, let's call a spade here. Now he has to realize that when he sees that ocean of diarrhea, that he ain't supposed to go swimming. Don't even stick your toes in it. You get what I'm saying? Don't even stick your toes in it, baby boy. You'll learn to avoid that kind of stuff. Oh yeah.
Yep.
Oh yeah. Guaranteed, man. Shit. Don't engage. You know? Don't engage. I'm telling you. That saves a lot of time, man.
Nope, nope, not at all.
Yep. Oh man. I'm looking outside and they say to stay inside as much as possible. As much as I don't know what as much as possible means to you, but as
Full of
much as
shit.
possible.
Full of
As,
shit.
mhm,
They, the vitamin D deficiency in
mhm,
us, as well as the fact that we're not going outside,
mhm.
is making people more susceptible to this virus.
Absolutely.
And
Absolutely.
and it's plain and simple.
Mhm,
Airborne virus,
mhm,
you cannot fucking wear a mask and
mhm.
and stop it. You know what I mean?
They gave blankets with chicken
Anywhere you
pox.
go, you're gonna smell it. It's not an airborne
Absolutely.
virus, it's by
Hmm.
droplets. So
That's it.
you know what I mean? It's pretty much self-explanatory at this point. I mean,
Hmm.
I could break it down in so many ways. But let me just give y'all one way, one of the other
Hmm.
ways. I'm gonna break it down for y'all because it's so easy. But people don't
Hmm.
want to do their due diligence and they believe everything the government tells them. Hook,
Correct.
line, and sinker.
I tell you,
So
foolish
let's
fish.
bring it back to the analogy of the boat and the captain, right?
Mm.
When you're on the boat and something goes wrong in the boat, who do you blame? The captain of the boat
Hmm.
or or the crew members, the people that are working on the ship, manning the ship and stuff like that? Who do
You
you blame?
have
The
to.
navigator,
You blame the
you know?
navigator. You blame the you blame the
Right?
navigator. You blame the the captain. The captain's the navigator. You blame him
Uh,
because he's supposed to give you direction. So if you
exactly.
get lost, that's his fault.
Exactly. And it's his responsibility to make sure everything's
Absolutely.
intact to lead you where you're
Absolutely.
going. That's where they get the word leadership from, because you're leading the ship to where it needs to be going.
Absolutely. Correct.
So
Correct. Correct.
so following this trail,
Excuse me.
understanding,
Mm.
the leadership that we have ain't leading you to shit. And it's causing you to panic at a frequency where you're not using your common sense or logic or
Correct.
even looking to,
Correct.
because you feel like the people that you're getting the information from are not doctors or scholars or this and that and the other. So
Hmm.
an independent journalist versus somebody that's getting paid to spew lies. Who would you believe more? An independent journalist really has nothing to gain
Absolutely.
except
Absolutely.
for some views on YouTube,
Hmm.
which is not a when it, in the big gist of things, it's not really
Hmm.
you know what I mean? It's not really a proper dynamic when it comes to
Absolutely
that.
not. And that's okay with them because that's the way they want it. Because we get the
Exactly.
we get the messages that they want us to get, you know, as opposed to what's
Exactly.
real. They'll throw a little bit of the real in there every once in a while, you know, so that the people who are following them religiously have somewhat of an argument to make. Well, they said this. Yeah, that's one thing out of 100. That's two things out of 200. Okay, no, that's three things out of 300. That ain't shit. That's like saying I went to the beach today. You know what I did? I weakened the ocean. How did I weaken the ocean? I took a bucket of water out of it. That ain't shit. A bucket of water out of the ocean. Oh, they better they better lock me up right now. You know, before you go to the beach tomorrow and there ain't no more water, you better lock me up now. That's some bullshit. you know, that's all it is. It's a coat of paint on a roach motel. You ain't doing fuck all, but it looks like it. It seems like it. You know
So it
what they
shows
say
you the
about
level of
seeing.
it shows you
That's
the
that.
level of ignorance that we're up against.
Absolutely, absolutely. You know, I was watching. I made my son laugh with this one. He's only 10, right? And I told him, I said, we were watching The Simpsons, actually. Now, as we're watching The Simpsons, there's the mirror. The mirror is crooked like the letter S, right? He's crooked, Mayor Quimby. So what he does, right? What he does, there was a bear on the loose. Someone saw a bear. Now they caught the bear here and now. They caught the bear, they tranquilized him, brought him in and everything. Now the people were scared. You know what he went and did? The mayor? The mayor was looking for money, right? So here what he did. There's a cartoon. Another example of it doesn't matter where you get your information. If it's right, it's right. Now,
Oh, Simpsons has a lot of the Simpsons
absolutely.
breaks down
So now, hear what happened
motherfucker.
now. He proposed bear taxes. If you want to be safe and you don't want a bear to attack you, you have to pay taxes on top of that. And it was called bear taxes. So basically, there's like
You call it bear taxes? I call
zero
it bear cut.
zero beer sold 0.000000000% a bear will attack you. But because there was a bear sighting and people were scared, they were able to sell that shit. People were paying their bear taxes to make sure that no bear attacked them. You understand me? That's what it is. That's what this is. And people are allowing it to happen. And that's okay. I ain't panicking for shit. I'm educating myself. We out here, the Matt Mizzle Show, educating ourselves. You know, you ain't gonna find no chink in my armor. Ain't gonna happen.
Yep. So now they're
And pe-
saying this dude, fucking Dr. Fauci,
mhm,
he's a motherfucking he's a piece of work, boy. This
mhm,
Dr. Fauci guy, woo.
mhm,
Uh, uh, he's basically saying the Trump is an idiot, blah 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 blah. But at the same time, he's an agent of confusion because he was behind the swine flu epidemic a couple of years ago, and now he's the same doctor that's on this case. You know what I'm saying? And Trump, 2 years ago, Obama had a COVID thing task force, a virus task force, right? And then
mhm.
when Trump came into office, he abolished it.
Of course, he's gonna disband it. Why? Why would he not? Why would he not? That's what idiots do. Stupid things.
Yeah, real stupid thing. So I'm gonna just let you hear what they were talking about when they're talking about this dude,
Okay.
and you tell me exactly your sentiments. Let me know like if anything you hear that it's wrong or you feel like it's out of order or whatnot.
Mhm. I'm all ears.
Because there's a lot of misinformation out there. But once you think critically about certain situations, you know not you know to disseminate right from
Mhm.
wrong.
Absolutely.
So did you ever hear of Dr. Shiva Ayad Dure?
No, I have not.
Well, he's a world renowned doctor and he's the creator of email,
Of email.
the inventor of email.
Okay.
And he's a candidate for the Senate in Massachusetts. He talks about the sustainability of this whole epidemic or whatnot. So
Mhm.
let's go into it. We'll listen to it and then we'll chop it up about it.
All right.
An exclusive interview now. A top doctor exposing everything the deep state is trying to hide about CV. Welcome to the Next News Network, my friends. I'm Gary Franchi. We are in day 9 of the Trump administration's 15-day slow to spread campaign. But the man who, at the age of 14 in
You hear it?
1978, invented
Mhm.
email, yes, the inventor and copyright holder of email. Oh, yes, Dr. Shiva, welcome to the Next News Network. Great to be here, Gary. Thanks for having me. You posted something last week that I reported on your tweet And this is what you said, that the CV fear, the fear mongering by the deep state, will go down in history as one of the biggest frauds to manipulate economies, suppress dissent, and push mandated medicine.
I've been a student of politics since
Thank
I was
you.
a kid because I grew up in an Indian
Absolutely correct.
system. I was considered an untouchable, which is the lowest of the lowest of the Indian caste system. The medical system we're moving towards is a top-down system, totally controlled by big pharma, big ag, and big vaccine manufacturers. Sustainable development goals that are signed off by the United Nations and all their countries in 2015 is called
So
SDG 3.
you tell me, does this look like melancholy to you?
It's this utopia of the elites. Subsequently, in an immunization,
They gonna kill him.
Does this look like melancholy to you? No. Thank you very
They
much.
they gonna kill that man. They gonna kill that man.
Or do something to him, right?
Absolutely.
This is
You
important.
should see how dark this guy is. He's a dark Indian, so he understands the ramifications of racism and white supremacy. Listen to this man.
Mm-hmm.
Chemical reactions in our body and on our cells. We basically use a computer to model diseases, so we can eliminate the need for animal testing. So Cytosolve is this amazing invention which allows me to do in a different way what my grandmother did intuitively, which is to understand the combinations and mixtures of chemicals to figure out medicine from food and natural products faster, cheaper, and safer. When I built that, I said, wow, pharma guys would want to use this because it takes them 15 years to build a drug, $5 billion. And I don't know if you know this, the pharma industry is in peril right now. They're not making any money, really any money for pharmaceutical drugs because lots and lots of investment in R&D, and they're getting less and less new drugs allowed by the FDA because of their toxicity. So what pharma companies have moved to is vaccines. In 1986, the Vaccine Court was created. John Kennedy implemented the National Vaccination Act in 1962 under a fake science or an outdated science of the understanding of the immune system. That led to many injuries that took place between 1962 to 1986. In a response to those injuries, another Kennedy, Ted Kennedy, led the creation of the National Vaccine Injury Program, which led to the creation of the vaccine courts, not in the judicial department, but under Health and Human Services, which basically allowed indemnification of vaccine manufacturers. You couldn't sue them, and the maximum liability for death was $250,000. Okay? And we're in a situation now that for pharma companies, vaccines are pure profit, no liability, no risk. They can't get sued. When I came into looking at the one-size-fits-all vaccine program, there were other activists in this field, and frankly, many of them were controlled opposition. People like Bobby Kennedy was playing a good game, saying he's against vaccines. Meanwhile, he endorses Hillary Clinton, who is vaccine queen. Okay, so the position I took is I said we need to really educate people on the immune system. You'll see the videos I started doing; they started going viral, and the movement started taking off. And then, in fact, 5 days before the coronavirus stuff hit, about a week before, is when we won a major victory in New Jersey against these vaccine mandates. The deep state of a few set of people, from the Gates Foundation to the Zuckerberg to Hillary Clinton, congealed with the UN and the deep state elites. They're going to fear monger on coronavirus because of ignorance
Facts.
of the medical profession. Most MDs do not know what the immune system is. They don't even study nutrition. Based on that ignorance, they were going to scare the hell out of people with the coronavirus to essentially say, we need to do this for the quote-unquote common good. That's what
Absolutely.
There's speculation, considerable speculation, that the virus is actually a manufactured bioweapon. Now, the state are pushing back against that narrative, simply calling it Chinese and Russian disinformation. What happens
Nah. Fuck
if you think
that.
about a ball representing your cell, these little particles land on that cell, and their goal is to get into the cell and use your cell's machinery to replicate themselves. We have about 380 trillion viruses in our body. It's called a virome. We have about 60 trillion bacteria in our body, and we have about 6 trillion cells, what we're made of.
See that, girl?
Class of viruses that create
That's crazy.
The average person won't know this shit, bro. Like,
That's what I'm saying. That's crazy.
Totally oblivious, bro.
Reports that I've read. Hard to verify.
Things like this is totally crazy. Not just to think of it, but it's what's up. It's what's up. So
okay, in the United States and North Carolina. The U.S. deep state sent people over to Wuhan, and that's how it got given in China. This is one theory. Whether it came in or not, my view is that if you believe in the concept of a set of people who don't care about the U.S. national interest or the Chinese national interest or the Indian national interest or Italian, they're more care for their own global interests. You know, you could view a scenario where it got created by the deep state and got put out there. What was going on at this time? Hong Kong.
Now, if we say this in not so many words, we're going to be called conspiracy theorists.
That's okay. Let them say what they want to say. We just tell the truth. Let them say what makes them feel good. You know, that's okay. I've learned to live with that a long time ago. Oh yeah, they speak and I go to sleep at night like a baby. I just don't care.
Large incineration plants
For sure.
Pollution. And the people in China, the everyday people, really care about their health, and there have been pollution protests since 2007, extremely growing. And then you don't hear any news about it. You see Hong Kong completely disappear, serves as globalists. When you're a student of politics and a student of medicine, you start seeing these connections. Of the 30 vaccines recommended by the CDC for young kids, not one of them has been saline placebo control tested. And in fact, the one that they said they did a test on the HPV Gardasil vaccine was a fraudulent test.
That doesn't surprise me. So what do you think is going to happen with this vaccine?
Man.
They're going to roll it out. They're going to mandate it like they just passed that law in Denmark.
What they're saying is there's this boogeyman called the virus, and you need the vaccine to help you stop that, okay? Boogeyman, savior. Savior is Bill Gates, Clinton Global Initiative, etc., Big Pharma. If you actually understood the immune system, it's laughable. The reality is the immune system has evolved over billions of years. We grew up in bacteria and viruses. We're supposed to play out in dirt. That's how the immune system gets turned on. So what happens is people have immunocompromised immune systems, which means their immune systems are not firing on all cylinders. Imagine you have 3 cylinders, it's only firing on 2. You know what happens? The third cylinder has to take up all the effort, right? Well, that third cylinder in immunology is called cytokines. It fires so hard that it overreacts, and it starts not only attacking the virus surface, but also starts attacking your own tissue. So it's your own body attacks itself because of a weakened and dysfunctional immune system. Well, how do you get a weakened and dysfunctional immune system? Eat sugar all day. Eat a diet that no longer has any vitamin D and nutrients. And that's why I wrote that letter to the President of the United States. This is really about immune health. This
Absolutely.
We don't get enough
Absolutely.
vitamin A. We don't get enough vitamin D. There's other things, but we can focus on those 3 things. In Chad, in African country, Chad and Djibouti, there's only been 1 COVID case, no deaths. Why is that? Well, because people live probably lives that we should probably think about living. You're out in the sun.
Chad.
You know,
Absolutely.
Chad, one of the hottest places in the smack dab in the middle of fucking. Our brethren is from Chad, no? Our brethren.
Ibrahim.
25 years.
Come in.
Those pesticides affected that microbiome are cut off, and we're eating high sugars. I mean, it's a recipe for death, but we're not addressing that. We're like hyping up this virus, and what is the result? You have people hiding out in homes, people getting ready to accept fascism, not addressing the fundamental issue, which is immune health.
Everything broken down into a nutshell.
The same thing.
Absolutely.
Vaccine.
Absolutely. What do people need?
Today, right? So that's, I think, a future.
Well, it's going to be even more. It's going to even be more unfortunate than that. It'll be, oh, Gary, you know, your driver's license is coming up for renewal. Did you get all your vaccines? You can't travel. Hey, you can't take the train or the bus. Hey, you can't go to the gym.
That's
We can't allow you here, Gary.
That's exactly what they're doing. And these people are eating it. The people who are going to be lining up for it. You don't have to trick them. They'll be lining up for the vaccine.
Right?
Here's bullshit. Here's a bunch of bullshit. Once they get it up to your mouth, they shove that shit in.
That's it.
The WikiLeaks drops that he is a huge supporter of Hillary Clinton, and somebody you have actually called destructive. Why should we be concerned with the advice that the president is getting from Fauci?
Anthony Fauci, in my view, should be indicted. If people actually knew what this guy actually did, he's been with the government since Reagan time, for 40, 50 years. And then Bush, and Obama, and all presidents up to here. How did he build his career? He built his career on the false narrative that
Correct.
HIV causes AIDS. Peter
Thank
Dusler,
you.
who I've spoken to,
This guy, Anthony Fauci,
truly
didn't get this HIV, man.
youngest guy to get 10 years.
He's new to this fucking
Peter said,
giving motherfuckers disease and
there
shit.
is no causal relationship between this virus, HIV, which he considered a very harmless virus, and AIDS. He was vilified, all of his grants went away, and the guy that promoted this lie was Fauci's predecessor by the name of Robert Gallo. Robert Gallo
Jesus, right.
conduct charges. He literally stole the HIV virus from France. He couldn't produce enough of the virus because they couldn't find it. He created a bogus HIV test. Fauci came to the rescue. I think there's a power play. Fauci essentially took the lead. Gallo was put into the back, and that was the beginning of this guy's career. He writes about how he hangs out with Bono and
like I said, you gotta be careful where you get your information from. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be careful who you're dealing with. You see that? Oh man.
He learned how to create bogus science, to promote bogus science, to create the fear of HIV causes AIDS. Billions of dollars were spent.
That's right.
A lot of people died because people used drugs like AZT. I had a very good friend of mine who died from it. And, people didn't learn HIV is frankly a harmless virus. Okay? That people
Absolutely.
were, again, immunocompromised. Gays at that time, were having 1,500 partners. We're doing meth, amphetamines, all sorts of drugs. They were destroying their immune system. You had IV drug users who were destroying their immune system.
This is correct.
Blood transfusions, not because of the virus in the blood, but because they would get immunosuppressive drugs. The simple point here from a scientific standpoint is when you lower and you destroy the immune system. So Fauci doesn't want to talk about that. Everything is about the boogeyman of viruses. Fauci knows what
Correct.
He is the pharma and vaccines, and he sees his opportunity to become, the hero in all of this.
The one big
It's all about how many people can I have living in fear that I can take them and use them as puppets? How many people?
Terrifying visual of people being intubated and people eating bats and all this horrific visual propaganda. And now states are in lockdown mode. National Guard has been deployed. State guards have been deployed. Tents are being set up in cities and in Walmart parking lots and hospital parking lots. And you're having this spirit of fear descend on this country and the world at large. But why don't we do the same thing for the flu?
You have to understand, pharma and media work very closely together. Many, many years ago, one of the companies I built, I had my second life with email.
No shit, man. They work hand in hand.
Yes, I was a graduate student at MIT. To automatically read it off the emails. I ended up winning that contest, Gary, and I started.
You see all the commercials with all the side effects?
Correct. Correct. And they still pushing it.
And then they say, oh, that was 10 years later, say, oh, did you take this drug? You could be compensated.
They put, let me tell you something. They got legal drugs up there that have more side effects than crack.
And he was saying that Eli Lilly at that time was having a major.
I'm not endorsing taking crack. I'm simply saying they got a lot of shit out there that has a lot more fucking heads up. So this might do this. It might do that. It might cause your ass to bleed. They cause you to get, tears coming out your ears. Shit like that. And, yet still.
Which was full pay test,
but it's okay because they're giving you a warning,
Been beating you. Do you know of someone, one of your friends, whose husband is beating them? Make sure they're taking Prozac. So they create a narrative of we're trying to help the distress, and we are the drug company. We want to help all these darkies in Africa and India, etc. We need GMOs. Gates is a savior. These guys are very clever.
It's 1 o'clock.
Spending millions of dollars to create the
narrative. Head out.
The quote-unquote the oppressed, and then they will inject them.
Yeah, it's almost done.
Drugs.
We're almost
These
done.
indigenous people actually knew how to take care of their health, but they don't want us to believe in our grandmothers. They want to believe in this
idiot. Okay, Bill Gates, who, by the way, never created DOS. He didn't write 50,000 lines of code I did. And, his mama and papa introduced him to people and bought someone else's DOS and flipped it. But he's a Harvard dropout, and he was able to patent his stuff, so he gets to be a gazillionaire. You see what I'm saying? Or a Zuckerberg. So these guys have built false histories of their eminence in the technology field. They leverage it to say they're going to be saviors, and that savior solution is not food, is not exercise activities. It's about injections into the bloodstream of people and to control them. That's what they're
That's all it
talking about.
is.
So that goes to show y'all right there, you know.
A docile society
In the
is a
pyramid.
society they can control. A docile society is what they want. You know,
And
crazy
then you have
word.
motherfuckers saying, "Oh, well, Bill Gates did a lot for humanity." You know, him and Bill Gates Foundation, they're putting out so much money, shelling out so much. You know who pushes that narrative? Vlad TV. He does that.
Yep,
Vlad don't know what he's talking about, though. But he got a
zero.
big audience, so everybody's gonna listen to his goofy shit.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? He got a
It's
one.
dangerous, man. It's dangerous because any asshole get their hands on a camera, record some shit, put it out, and like influence a whole bunch of people. So you got to be very, very careful. You've got to be very, very, very careful. You know, when it comes to the Matt Mizzle show, y'all can fact check all day long. You know, I'm talking to you too. You, yes, you, the antagonist. You, go check shit out. You know what I'm saying? Check shit out. Stop being so stagnant in your ignorance. Check shit out. Fact check shit.
You know what
You
you
dig?
call that? Cognitive dissonance. You know when you don't want to hear no new information and it doesn't compute.
That's the, those are people who will never learn.
And
And when it
that
comes to those people, guess what? I'm out. You know what I'm saying? Stick around. That used to be a show on television called Sticking Around. I ain't sticking around. I'm out.
yep.
You did.
Like Kenny Rogers
You.
said, like Kenny Rogers said, right?
My phone
You
died
got
altogether. You decided you're gonna wallow in your own crap.
go and hold 'em, go and walk away, go and run. Better count your blessings. So that's what it is, though. Yo, Rondette, I'm about to close out the show real quick. I'm wait for you to get back on, but just to let the public know, man, you know what I'm saying? This is the situation we're facing, and that's nothing but, more deprivation and degradation and following plans that are already initiated. Well, from centuries ago, So you can't take this shit lightly, This is not a what if thing, It's really not, you know? Do your research. You don't really need to speculate, Logic will take us to where we need to go. So if we don't know that, we don't know that, you know what I'm saying? That's real in the field. Ain't nothing to it but to do it, So all I gotta say is, we ain't in tune, we're intuitive enough, decipher. And just stay tuned to me, you know what I'm saying? Or people like us that just want to see the best for the humanity and grow in a prosperous way. Because it's all about basic life and critical knowledge, motivation over drama every day. And as Neely Fuller said, we want to replace the system of white supremacy with a system of justice. You know what I'm saying? And how we do that is guaranteed no person is mistreated Guaranteed the person that needs help the most gets the most constructive help. Everything else is for the birds. And this time in your life, humanity gonna be a conscious awakening to the planet. We gotta take heed, man. We do what we gotta do to proceed. These locks don't grow like this for nothing. These are your antennas to the universe. So you know what it is. Stay wise, realize, recognize, and analyze what's going on. It's your boy Mac Mizzle. And remember, keep it real in the field. You get how they feel.